I stop right there, don't scroll. This might be the craziest thing you hear today. How does a tiny island with less than 6 million people dominate the entire world? I'm talking music you listen to, food you love, culture you see everywhere, and even in laboratories, they are producing the fastest humans on the planet. Nah, this can't be normal. And today, we are about to find out how Jamaica became a global powerhouse. And listen, if this is what I think it is, this is about to hit different. I'm your host, Tony Reaction. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and comment. Also, remember to give this video thumbs up. So let's get into it.
When you study the history of the Ma'afa, the transatlantic slave trade, many of those who were brought to Jamaica came from the Nigeria, Benin, Cameroon, Congo region. That is a very unapologetic fight to the death region. Some of the ethnic kingdoms in that region, the white man didn't even want to enslave them because it was too difficult to break them. Jamaicans still have that spirit. They are indomitable as a people. It's no coincidence that it was a Jamaican bookman who went to Haiti and led the Haitian Revolution. You understand? When you look at Nani, when you look at Cujo and Akangpong and all those revolutionary Jamaicans, it's no coincidence that they had so many revolutionaries on that island, because they brought that African spirit that can never be broken. And if African people are going to be free, geographically in the Caribbean or globally across the world, Jamaica will play a role in it. Just like when I go to Africa, I say it all the time. In order for Africa to be free, Nigeria will have to play a role in it because of their indomitable spirit. You can see that the Jamaicans and the Nigerians have the same blood. It's like, it's undeniable. So number one, that spirit of revolution. And then when you take the Rasta culture and what that did, and when you take Bob Marley's success in reggae and what that did, and of course the greatest Pan-Africanist and greatest organizer of all time, Marcus Garvey, coming from Jamaica, and others, you understand. But I think when you look at their national heroes and the Pan-African impact that they had, Bob Marley was a Pan-Africanist. The Rastafari are Pan-Africanists. Marcus Garvey, the father of modern Pan-Africanism. John Brown Russworm, the revolutionaries that came over out of there. Even to the slave revolt leaders, Sam Sharp, Paul Bogle. When you look at the Pan-Africanist nature that is at the foundation of the revolutionary Jamaican spirit, it helps you to understand why they are so feared and loved around the world. They're so unapologetic that when some people are trying to kick off revolutionary movements, if they're not sincere, they will scream for the Jamaicans. They want to make sure I don't have no Jamaicans in this, because I know when the Jamaicans come, they come to war. They come to fight. You don't invite the Jamaicans unless you're sincere. You understand? Because I would probably say per capita, they're some of the greatest revolutionaries that the race has ever produced.
The Jamaicans managed to open up a Jamaican restaurant in every single country in the world. So I've traveled to around 20 different countries, and what I still don't understand is how every single place I've visited, I've always met a Jamaican person who has married a local, has mixed Jamaican kids, and has opened up a Jamaican restaurant with the best Jamaican food in town, which is the only Jamaican restaurant in town. Like, I understand if you are a person of Chinese or Indian descent, because China and India literally incorporate around a third of the entire world's population, and because of colonization. But Jamaica is a tiny island from the Caribbean. So my question is, how did you even find this country to immigrate to, first of all? Again, if you really do not believe me, literally, wherever you are in the world, look up Jamaican restaurant in your country and you will find it.
Rating every country that I have been to, part 3, Jamaica. I'm basing it off these factors here. So to start off, people. The Jamaican people are bubbly, they are friendly, and they are one love. This isn't just a saying, they mean this, and most Jamaicans will tell you one love, which means we're all together in this as one. I have to say Jamaica is one of the least divided places I've ever seen in my life. I mean, there was no division in my eyes, and everybody was together. It was a community. You have Chinese, you have Indians, you have Europeans, you have Afro-Caribbean, all together. And there's no division. People just get on, they're all friendly, and they all want you to enjoy Jamaica. They all want tourists to have a great time and come back. Depending on where you are in Jamaica, it does differ. There can be hostility in certain areas, but that's only usually when it's gang related or a serious area where, you know, tourists just shouldn't be. But Jamaicans are lovely people. I'm going to give them a 5 out of 5 for people. Food. Now this is where we get talking. Now food in Jamaica is the best I've tried in the world. The oxtail and rice with a little bit of spice is absolutely incredible. One did blow my head off, so I had to have some milk after it. The dishes there are just absolutely incredible, especially anything that comes from the sea. Their seafood is incredible. And the thing I noticed about Jamaican food is, whilst a lot of people will have their food extremely spicy, they make it so it's not too spicy, that you can still taste all of the different flavors, all of the different ingredients, whereas some dishes in different parts of the world where it's spicy, you just cannot taste the actual flavors. They blend fish, fruit, meats, vegetables, like literally everything, and it always tastes good. All Jamaican foods complement each other. It's incredible. For a small geographical island, it's actually pretty incredible what they produce from the island itself. And basically, most people in Jamaica eat organic food. Without a doubt, 5 out of 5 for food all day. Then we come on to nature. The nature in Jamaica was absolutely beautiful. The only thing that would maybe let it down a little bit is that there isn't much diversity. It's all the same because it's not a very big area. It's basically an island. Well, it is an island and it's covered by ocean. So you get this paradise view, especially if you find a nice little villa, a nice little place to stay. You will have one of the best views with the Atlantic surrounding you. But that is the only type of view you can get. There is kind of like a rainforest in the middle of Jamaica that you can go into, and it is very tropical, it's very cool, and there's some incredible waterfalls and like mudslide things. It's incredible. I love this type of environment. Not everybody loves it. And because it doesn't have too much richness or diversity, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. And finally, events. There was quite a few things to do in Jamaica, but because, again, of its size, because of the geography of Jamaica, most things are going to be orientated around the sea, around, you know, boat parties, going out, and either partying or having some kind of activity near the coastline. So you can do kayaking, you can do fishing, you can do those party boats, which are actually quite affordable. One thing about Jamaica is, depending on where you go, completely depends on the price. But overall, I'd say activities are good. Not the best in the world, so I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I think that's a pretty fair list. Jamaicans, tell me if you think that's reasonable. What country should I do next, and what country should I travel to next? Here's 5 reasons why Jamaica is the best country in North America. Starting with food, you have African, British, Spanish, and Indian influence all in one nation, and this gives you spice, it gives you diversity, and it just gives you some of the best flavors in the world. The national dish, ackee and saltfish, absolutely incredible, very, very unique, and it doesn't taste like fish that you'll get in most parts of the world. They usually use cod, and it has a very, very salty taste, of course, but also incredible. Then you have jerk chicken and jerk pork, 2 absolutely incredible proteins to eat, but jerk chicken is obviously amongst the best chicken you can just eat in general. Curry go, oxtail stew, the list could go on, but if you are like me and as pale as I am, make sure you don't get it too spicy. Rice and peas, brown stewed chicken, the list is endless. Let's move on to the next bit. So for me, the most important way to judge a country is the people. And the people within Jamaica are some of the nicest people you will ever meet. Some of the most peaceful, some of the most at peace people ever. And this is partly because of the one love culture. Obviously, largely influenced by Bob Marley, but also largely influenced by Rastafari culture. The country's motto is literally out of many, one people. It's about unity, peace, and respect, no matter where you are from. Jamaica is also a mixing pot of different ethnicities, cultures, and many people are surprised when they go to Jamaica and realize that there are many white Jamaicans with fully Jamaican accents. However, this is just normal to the Jamaicans. But I have to say, living on an island nation like Jamaica, with the sunshine, with the breeze, with the tropical ocean around you, I mean, I can see why so many people are at peace, as well as the organic food that they literally get from their own country, and they aren't importing much. They're just so chilled, so relaxed. And I remember when I asked for the time in Jamaica, the response was there are only 2 times in Jamaica, daytime and nighttime. Then you got the home of reggae, some of the best Afro-Caribbean music you're ever going to listen to. And reggae is just a vibe. Anybody can listen to it. Again, it comes into that community thing where it is about unity. It's not about division. It is for everybody. Jamaicans have also faced some tough times throughout history, so they also have this pride within their own nation, this togetherness and this resilience. The communities are tight-knit, supportive, and they do want you to come to the country. Don't get me wrong, areas like Kingston at night can be a little bit dangerous, but the majority of Jamaica is a friendly, welcoming place, and a lot of media narratives are completely wrong about Jamaica. I absolutely love it. It's an incredible country, the country of one love, and I'm going back next year. Let me know what country you're from and if you want me to feature it.
For those of you that flock to Miami in droves and think that this place is paradise, let me tell you, it is not. Yes, the sun is shining. Yes, you have options. Yes, there's a million things to do, and depending on where you're coming from, this can seem great. But the true paradise that I tell everyone you need to go to is Jamaica. Jamaica is true paradise. You have organic food, real food, delicious food. You can support someone on the side of the road, and I guarantee the food will be amazing. The produce will be amazing. You will eat things. I've had chicken in Jamaica that made me cry, okay? Cry. Tears. From chicken and bread on the side of the road, okay? You have waterfalls, beaches, hills. Miami ain't got no hills, we flat. Views that will take your breath away. Water that you can see your foot when you step in the water. You see the fish, you see beauty, okay? You have people that will make you laugh hysterically just by being themselves day to day. You come to Miami, ain't nobody talking to you. They don't see you. Most likely, they don't even speak English. And I love my Spanish people, but some of y'all racist. Next, Jamaica has this air of excitement and just, you could be at the grocery store. You could be in line. There's just this energy because the culture in Jamaica is so rich. Miami, because there's so many different people here, everybody just sticks to their own. There's no inclusion. There's no mixing. If anything, they're just going to ignore your ass. They're not friendly. They're not warm. They're not open. They just be like, what do you want? Okay. So I'm not saying Jamaica's perfect, and I'm not saying Miami's hell, but I'm saying if you can make a decision on which one you want to go to, and you're looking for paradise, you're looking for fun, you're looking for a time, you're looking to support an economy that will very much appreciate your dollar, go to Jamaica and enjoy yourself fully. You can get an Airbnb that will come with a chef who will cook you breakfast, lunch, and dinner from scratch, baby. You can go stay up in the mountains. You can stay up in the hills. You could get a boat. You could live life and connect with a spiritual level, a country that will blow your mind, guaranteed. If you have any questions, let me know. And this is from someone who has been in Miami from I was 4 years old. I'm now 32. A long time, okay? And I have been to Jamaica more times than I can count, and I can never get enough. I'm putting you on, and thank me later.
I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what nobody says. Jamaica is one of the most influential black countries on this planet Earth. On this planet Earth, hands down, Jamaicans is one of the most influential people on this planet that will stand against anything. I don't care. Back in the day, Everyone had to claim to be Jamaican to be accepted. I don't care. Nowadays, everyone's being accepted. Everybody's music is being accepted. Everything's being accepted. But we were standing out when none of us was really accepting. When they weren't even accepting black music, when they weren't even accepting them spaces, we were still standing out there and telling people exactly who we were and what we represent. And that is the reason why we stand as one of the most influential countries on this planet. And I don't care what nobody says, because we're a country of 3 million people. We're a country of 3 million people, and we influence from our lands all the way that way and all the way that way. Okay? So I just want to shout out. I just want to shout out to all my Jamaicans. And I just wanted to shout out to all the people that love Jamaica, because we're one influential motherfucking country and nobody can tell me differently. And I respect my country highly, and I will always talk about my country highly because we're one of the top. And I don't care, the haters can come, but we are one of the most influential countries, and the reason why corporations and brands and everybody will continuously to watch what we're doing year on year on year, because we set records. Period. Done.
Living outside of Jamaica, you realize how influential Jamaica really is. Because why is it that every fast food restaurant, every big restaurant, fancy restaurant, we talk about gourmet restaurants with Michelin stars, why is it that all these restaurants have some type of Jamaican jerk, some type of jerk something? And 9 times out of 10, it is like jerk not at all. It's just some little jerk seasoning on something and them say, alright, Jamaican jerk. But I feel like somebody need to over this. Somebody need to govern this jerk and this. Everybody take Jamaican and just say jerk. Somebody need to kind of oversee all this, because it get from bad to worse now. Because everything you put some jerk seasoning on, you can just call it jerk. I don't like and style it.
Watching my Jamaican people, that's why I make sure the camera shine for my Jamaican thing I say, you know. Watching my Jamaican people. You know, say every country in the world known for something, are famous for something, for gold, for oil, for war, for religiousness. But you know what? I mean, looking to myself and I realize Jamaica is a blessed place, you know. You know what we known for? For influence the rest of the world. A small little country, say, you know? Yo, the influence we have on the world. With music, with food, with running, with atmosphere, with vibes, with slang. Yo, Jamaica is a giant with influence. We're not that giant in size, but we're big. You know, say, may I look, but in America, I may I say, you know, say, there's so much demand for Jamaica food and Jamaica product. People love with things them. People love with clothes, with fashion, with movements, with slang. Yo, anywhere at Jamaican there. And once it's a good vibes Jamaican and an energetic Jamaican, you're going to know. You're going to know. Now watch a few of them were violent. Because majority of us, as I said, majority of us Jamaican, we influential in a good way. And we bring people to we. Them that wanna bring nobody to we and we culture. Don't worry about them. Because to all the influence big, they look a few of them, sometimes people don't even pay them the mind. Because some of them are just them want to be seen, and them not have nothing to influence people in terms of them not have talent. Them don't have a little slang or a little action. Them not have nothing. But believe you me, we have so much influence. That's even if you name something Jamaica, it take off. You just want something where nobody never even did know about. And you just bring it up and say Jamaica. And put Jamaica name on it. Damn. Everybody want be a part of it. We just need to take we like a negativity out of that influence there and put more positivity as Jamaican people and to make people see we as violent. Because we don't need that, you know. Honestly, we don't need that. The violent part that work for we. It turn out people. But people can say, yeah, Jamaican are bad people. But you know, if it's bad, where you have to, you don't do certain things. You can bad where you stand your ground and you don't deal with certain things. But we influence big, man. I saw with a name, you know. You know, say I saw with a name. I influence with a name. Jamaican people with a name influence because we are influence the world. Me a barber. I'm a renowned worldwide. Believe you me. Now people may not know me. Because me is not the type of person where me flamboyant like that where me advertise certain things. But millions of people know me. Me can put it that way. The millions of people know me. And me just a little youth in a corner. Me not up front. We influence big, man. Jamaica make we just show some love. I had some love to we influence. Lord, serious if that ever happen. At them time they not gonna like we, you know. If we ever had some love to we influence. We warm and welcoming, you know. And we always welcome people. And you see, just gonna add this to the influence. You see the Rasta culture, even the government of Jamaica. If they ever put Rasta on a platform on the forefront, I don't mean in a negative way, but in a positive way. Because a lot of things Rasta bring to the world, and a lot of people not see that, you know. Because when Rasta tell people to eat vegetable and not eat sugar and not eat salt and drink natural water, me everybody talk about Dr. Sebi. Rasta been talking about that before Dr. Sebi even think say me no bad. Or before even parents ban. Rasta been telling you about alkaline natural product and what chemical in and all of that. Jamaica government for endorse Rasta because most of the food, the healthy food and the healthiness are Rasta. So them need to endorse Rasta and put Rasta on the forefront. Per we influence Rasta. Not just saying Bob Marley. We are talking about Rasta. Rastafari. Rasta, no people never even know say Rasta was the first free people them. In a Sligoville. Up in a Sligoville there. Even the maroon them. Even the cockpit. You did have the cockpit Rasta them. Yeah, man. We influence big part of the world, man. And Rasta bring reggae to the world and a lot of things and the food and the culture. Yeah, man. Big up, man. Big up.
But guys, nah, that was powerful. I'm not even gonna lie. That hit different. Let me break this down real quick because there's a lot of unpack. First off, Jamaica is built different. When you hear about people like Marcus Cafe and the Maroons, you start to understand that this country has never just surviving. It was fighting. That resistance, that mindset of freedom and independence, that doesn't just stay in history. It carries into generations. And I think that's the foundation of everything we see. That boldness, that confidence, that's where it comes from. And now let's talk about the culture, because this is where Jamaica really goes global. Reggae, dancehall, this is more than music. This is influence. You can go to Africa, Europe, the US, anywhere, and you'll hear Jamaican sound, Jamaican style, Jamaican energy. That's not normal for a country that small. And it's not just that music. It is the vibe, the slang, the attitude, the confidence, and the one love energy that come from Jamaica. And now the whole world uses it. That's when you know you have impacted the planet, not just entertained it. Now, the food here, I'm gonna talk about that. Jack chicken, oxtail, and saltfish. That's not just food, that is culture on a plate. And that's what makes even more special is the mix African, Indian, Chinese, European influences all coming together. That's why Jamaican food hits different. It's not just flavor, it's history you can taste. Every bite tells a story, and that leads into something even deeper, the identity. Out of many, one people. That's right, more experience everywhere. Different backgrounds, different cultures, but still one strong identity. And that's why Jamaica connects with the people all over the world because it represents unity, it represents togetherness. That's one love, philosophy. That's not just a slogan, that's a way of life. And in today's world, that kind of message spreads fast. But the part that really stood out to me, the part that made me pause mentally, is when they talked about global influence beyond culture. When you hear that leaders like Nelson Mandela and Jomo Kenyatta were inspired by Marcus Garvey, that changes everything because now we are not just talking about music or food, we are talking about freedom movements. We are talking about independence, liberty, history being shaped across continents. That means Jamaica didn't just influence what people enjoy, it influenced how nations think and lies. That's a whole different level. That's a legacy. So, when you step back and look at everything music, global, culture, everywhere, food, recognized worldwide, history, inspiring revolutions, you start to realize Jamaica is not just a country, it's a force. And the craziest part is they did all this while staying authentic. They didn't try to copy anyone. They didn't change to fit the world. The world adjusted to them. That's really influence. That's real power. And that's why when you hear Jamaica, it already carries out weight. It means culture, it means resilience, it means global impact. So let me ask you this. How does a country this small shape the entire the world like this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I really want to hear what you think. If you enjoyed this reaction, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notification for more videos like this. Thank you.